Hello, welcome to A Friend Remembers and my return after a short period of absence. Apologies. The year of the JRPG will resume. It's traditional, isn't it, to come in with a salty hot take and stir controversy and opinion. So there's no script, there's no format, there's no template. I want to bring up what I think after a challenge on Twitter. The mysterious new platform X, Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, the repulsive social media platform. A challenge was put up there to give cancelable hot takes. Because I think the person who put this out there, Heaps of Games, was trying to make the point, we're all here just to have a good time. Someone doesn't like something, we're all allowed our hot takes, we're all allowed not to like stuff. I nearly responded to his message with this hot take, and then I thought, do you know what? No, I'm going to record an unscripted video and put out there my hot take. And my hot take is about the extreme misunderstandings and the commonality and bizarre overlap between the world of the hardcore, massive multiplayer online video game community and the hardcore Sonic the Hedgehog communities. They're very similar. Now, you might think that's absolutely ridiculous because these two games are almost at the complete opposite extremes. Sonic the Hedgehog is about control over your character's momentum and mobility. It's about quick, snappy reactions, adapting to the world around you, and manoeuvring the character to make the most efficiency of movement. Speedrunners and people who play the Sonic the Hedgehog games, and it's actually the one thing I don't like about the series, is the worst games rely on you memorizing. If you don't know the layout, if you don't know the challenge that's coming, you literally will not be able to react, and you will just die and bump into things, and you are expected to play poorly until you've memorised the track and you've mastered the controls to such an extent that you can literally fly through these stages. Watching a hardcore, highly trained Sonic the Hedgehog speedrunner, someone who understands the mechanics and the momentum of these things, it's like watching a god in action. And it's moments of this that I can completely see what Sega's going for. My skill level is nowhere near what you can see on the screen before you. This is footage taken from one of the new record speedrunners out there. It's been beaten since. And I think you can see that just the way that the player is interacting with it demonstrates a degree of skill and mastery that a newcomer picking up the game for the first time is never intended and can never be hoped to try and match. You're not meant to be this good. To be this good requires hours and hours of dedication of understanding how the game works. And that's a phrase that I've heard a lot recently because as part of my year of the JRPG, I've been dipping in and out of Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, that game. The thing about the Final Fantasy series is the games are getting sequentially longer and longer as we go on. I started with Final Fantasy 1, 2 was a slog, 3 I flew through, 4 was good, I'm currently on 5. And what I've tried to do is between every game just put in a few more hours into FF14. Every other game in this marathon I'm going to be either playing for the first time, which actually I think the only one that qualifies for that is Final Fantasy V. I haven't finished them all, but I had played all of the others, apart from 5, 11 and 14. So 5 I'm currently on, and this is my first ever playthrough. 11 still to come, but I'm not paying for subscription, so I'll have to see what I can do in a single 30-day trial when the week comes. But 14, the free trial, 14 is absolutely massive. It does have some restrictions. There are some things you can't do on the free trial, but I've probably put more time into Final Fantasy 14 than I have into 1, 2, 3 and 4 combined. And I'm still less than halfway through the original game's main story quest. It's an MMO, and Final Fantasy 14 is an MMO that doesn't... it's not hard, it's not difficult in terms of the storyline that you're playing through. And actually, I'd say it's mind-numbingly easy in the way it wants to gently ease you into all of these mechanics and all of these systems. But it is slowly layering up. It is slowly getting more complicated. It is slowly building. An MMO is a genre, and I've heard the same from I've spoken to World of Warcraft players. It's a game that gets good the more time you put into it. The further you play through, the more you get to understand these characters and you get to inhabit and master the game, the more fun it becomes. It's a bit like Sonic the Hedgehog, isn't it? So these are two very, very different series. I'm not just talking about Final Fantasy XIV, but MMOs in general, but I am specifically talking about Sonic the Hedgehog as a franchise. They're very polar opposites in terms of the type of gameplay and what demands the game loop is asking of the player. Complete opposites. But in terms of impenetrability to new players, in terms of the skill and dedication required to totally and truly master these systems, yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog and MMOs are exactly the same. And if you don't find this a cancelable take, subscribe to A Friend Remembers, and I'm sure I'll have some more for you.